Okay. Do this. A minute of just watching me eat. Wow. Okay. Okay. I had to adjust my mic settings today, so I don't know how different they're gonna be. Oh, thanks. What? Hi. Alright, so last time, mask star to mask. An interesting typo to happen right after what just happened. Okay. We decided to defend mask star to mask, and that made Pearly mad because Pearly knows. But we were like, we just defended an evil thief, why not, or an evil bad guy, why not do it again, right? So, here we are. Back at the Wright & Co. law offices. Right after saying we're going to, defend mask star to mask guy, Ron Delight. So, yeah, so let's get to it. Ah, Mr. Nick, welcome back. Oh, hey, Pearls, you're back too, I see. I, went and bought us a strawberry cake. I'll go make some tea to go with it. Hey, Pearls. It looks like she really feels bad about what happened at the detention center. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. I like how they do their own little recap. I'll never forgive you, ever. Mystic Maya, the tea is ready. Oh, thanks. Come on, Mr. Nick, have some of this cake. Yeah, thanks. Pearls? Oh, excuse me. I was in the middle of cleaning the toilet. Hey, it's okay. I just cleaned it this morning. Too late. This might be a good time for me to ask about her. I first met Pearls a year ago. It was when that murder happened at Curane Village. I still remember what she said to me when we first met. You're Mr. Nick, right? You're Mystic Maya's special someone. Hey, Maya, I've always thought it was because she was young, but... With what? Pearls, I think she's got the wrong idea. About you and me. Huh? There's something you need to understand. What is it? It's kind of like Curane Village. It's kind of like a Curane Village custom, sort of. There are hardly any men in Curane Village. Thank you. Now that you mention it, I never actually saw any men there when I visited. I'm pretty sure I told you about this a long time ago. About how spiritual powers run very strong in the Fae family. Yeah, you did. And that's why you're undergoing training to become a spirit medium, right? Yeah, the thing is, only women can actually inherit the spiritual power. That's why the whole culture of Curane Village kind of revolves around its women. Well, that's understandable. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but because of that, there tends to be a lot of unsuccessful marriages. Oh? Well, men start to feel left out after a while and then they just start leaving. Especially if the man has a daughter. Are you saying that Pearl's father? He's gone. He left the village when she was very young. Boy, that's tough. Yeah, and she grew up seeing nothing but unhappy marriages all around her. That's why she's so sensitive to things like that.
I'm not doing her voice quite right. I'm not sure why, though. Pearl seems to love you a lot.
Well, it's because I'm her only cousin, and, well, because of the murder case last year, Pearlie's mother is.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. Pearl's mother, Morgan Fay. She's serving a prison term in isolation right now.
So you see, I'm the only family Pearlie has right now. But it's the same for me too.
Maya.
My mother's gone too.
So your mother's still missing?
Yeah, and no one has any idea where she is.
Oh, I love you too. Maya's mother, Misty Fay. The current master of the Kurain channeling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a certain police case. You've probably all seen the movie, so I don't need to go over that. But you're sure she's still alive, right?
Yeah, I know she is. It's sort of a spirit medium thing.
And if your mother doesn't come back, I still have a migraine, so if I don't talk much, that may be why, but I'm still watching. I just, like, barely beat a headache right before streaming, so. Yeah. And if your mother doesn't want to come back, then what?
Then, according to the laws of the village, I'll become the next master.
Mystic Maya, the master of the Kurain technique, sounds like a heavy responsibility.
Yeah, but there's no one else with the blood of the Fae main family who's a spirit medium. Well, Nick.
It's like one of my upper registers is like not ready or something, so it's not quite letting me do Maya's voice.
Well, Nick, why don't we go out and start investigating? We're not going to learn anything just sitting around the office.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, I know, but first I want to talk to Pearls.
Mr. Nick.
Yeah?
I acted like a baby. And I'm like 8, so that's really, really bad. 9, actually.
Pearls?
I doubted you, even though Mystic Maya trusted you completely. I guess I still have a lot of training to do. Mr. Nick.
Yes?
From the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said.
It's okay. I'm the one who should be apologizing.
Well, I'm going out now for a little bit.
Huh? Where are you going?
I may be small, but I have a lot of spirit channeling power. So I'm going to show you I can be useful too by finding some evidence.
Hey, wait she sure runs fast.
Nick, let's back off and give her some room, okay?
Yeah. Let's just let her wander the city, but since we're in Japan, it's safe. So we need to go to the main exhibition hall. Lordly Taylor, main exhibition hall.
Maya!
Oh, Miss Andrews!
I'm so sorry, it's my fault. Your precious urn. Your precious urn!
Please, calm down. What's wrong?
It never ends. Everything I touch ends in failure. Maya, I'm sorry. I'll do anything to make it up to you.
No, it's okay. Don't.
I know I don't look like it, but I'm good with my hands. I can make you another urn.
Hold on. Just wait, okay? Breathe. Calm down and talk to us.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
Never. I'll frame you for murder. Again. So when did the calling card, wow. When did you get the calling card from Mask Star to Mask?
Let's see, exactly 10 days ago. I was going to show it to the police, but that detective stopped me.
So you asked Detective Atomy to help with security?
Yes, in fact it was about 20 days ago that I hired him. He seems to know much more about Mask Star to Mask than the police.
So you hired him for security even before the calling card arrived?
Well, yes. I had a premonition that something bad might happen. They've learned to trust my hunches.
So that's why there's security cameras even in the basement warehouse?
Yes, Lordly Taylor is very serious about their security measures. It was their way of saying bring it on to any potential thieves.
Well, he sure brought it last night, and even left with a nice souvenir.
Can you tell us a bit about the security for the treasure exhibit?
It was all my fault. I never should have called this paltry little collection a treasure exhibit anyway.
Why do you say that? The urn that was stolen is pretty important. Was a pretty important object.
Maybe, but its actual value after appraisal was, well, practically zero.
Zero!
They polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
But that urn contains the soul of Mystic Amy.
Anyway, I left all the security arrangements to Detective Atme. But 5 days ago, I began receiving all sorts of other exhibit items from Curain. Lots of people started going in and out of the warehouse down there.
Maybe it was one of them actually. So maybe one of them was actually the mask in disguise.
No, I personally checked out everyone that came through here, so that's not possible.
Knowing Adrian, she probably even checked out what they ate for breakfast that morning. Well, that was all I had to say to her, I guess? Weird. Didn't really... I guess just learning that she had other people checked, so it couldn't be any random off-camera person. It has to be one of the main people we're talking to. Alright, Atme Detective Agency.
Hello?
Well, how lovely it is to see you again, my dear. Welcome to my abode. Relax and soak up the atmosphere.
We're actually kind of...
Shh, silence.
Oh, I have the guide, don't worry. I got everything ready before I started streaming. I actually got everything ready and then I went and ate. So I got my water and my guide and everything.
Precisely as I expected.
What is it?
Zvari! The truth has once again been arrogantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, am I correct?
I think we've already been through this.
Ha! So my estimation was correct! Zvari! How truly elegant. Now then, what can I do for you?
You mentioned before that you were on guard duty all alone last night.
Precisely, this is my 5th encounter with my arch enemy. I refuse to allow anyone to interfere with the rightful pursuit of my prey.
I heard you've been after the Mask since his very first theft?
Yes, my dear, you've done your homework. In his very first heist, that vile thief pilfered the famous jewel, the Tear of Renaud. I first encountered him in the museum's sacred hall, the crime scene itself.
So that's why you were hired by the security for the treasure.
Wow.
So that's why you were hired as security for the treasure exhibit?
I'm pretty sure he said that Adrian Andrews hired him.
Yes, I borrowed some equipment from the lordly tailor and set the perfect trap.
You must mean the security camera.
But I thought you were watching the area yourself too. But the mask managed to steal the urn.
That's the $1 million question. What is Mask to Mask's modus operandi? Oh, that's what MO stands for? I did not know that.
Mr. Atme, did you know about the sacred urn?
I am interested in only one thing, my dear, and that is Mask Star the Mask. Sacred urn. Humph, that has nothing to do with this case.
But wasn't that what Mask to Mask stole this time?
I am a hunter, sir. The urn was nothing more than a lure to catch my prey. Do you yourselves remember the shape of the individual peanuts you throw to pigeons?
I don't think I like this guy's attitude, Nick.
Well, anyway, it looks like he doesn't know about the urn. Mask to Mask's MO.
There's something that's kind of bothering me.
Please, my dear, ask me anything you like. After all, we are but seekers, wandering alone in the dark.
Well, I was wondering how the mask managed to steal the urn.
Doesn't that mean motive? I think it means the way you did something, right?
I mean, isn't it strange that you don't seem to know?
Yeah, now that you mention it, it is strange. After all, you were on guard that night at the scene of the crime. Unless you were sound asleep, you should have at least seen Mask to Mask.
I keep the secret from you.
What the? It's a psyche lock.
A Siggy look?
Did I say it like that? Peanuts? Peanuts. I feel like I didn't, but there are veins in his eye. Yeah, I know.
Hey, Nick, what's that Psyche look thing?
Well, your Mega Tomahawk lets me see when people are keeping secrets. By breaking their mental locks, I can find out what those secrets are.
What? The Mega Tomahawk has that kind of power? How did I not know this?
Well, Pearl's powered it up for me, and she's way stronger than you, so... Maya, you're the one who gave me this Mega Tomahawk last year. I did? Oh, that's funny.
Well, it's true that the Mega Tomahawk is a prized Fey family heirloom, but Pearly is the one who actually imbued it with spiritual powers, right? That's why I don't really know much about what it can do.
This is the woman that's going to take over the Kirain channeling school someday. Oh, this is the woman that's going to take over the Kirain channeling school someday? Like, the text went slow, so I just assumed he was stating it.
How do you do it? How do you break the Psyche lock thing?
Well, you present the Mega Tomahawk to the person with the secret. You go, Mega Tomahawk, and you hit him right in the forehead with it. That usually gets him to talk.
Cool, I can't wait to see it in action. Come on, let's try it out.
Oh boy, I think the future master still needs to learn how to be patient. Oh, looks like I'm good to just do it now. This is the tutorial for it. Take this! Whack! Sorry! Okay. Detective Atme, you were standing guard at the scene of the crime. There's no way you didn't see Mask Star to Mask commit the crime.
Well, now I can hardly see why you're so positive about this.
But this... I wonder why Maya didn't know about this so it could be... I wonder if Maya didn't know about this so it could be explained in the game. Probably, but also she really hasn't had anything to do with it at all. So... Like, I think she's been around when you've used it, but you've never been like, Cyclops, Maya! So they probably just had like a good opportunity to be like, oh yeah, Maya doesn't even know. Well, jokes. Okay.
Yes, indeed I was guarding the warehouse, that much is true. But I can tell you for certain that not a single person passed through that door.
I'm not sure why, but this Atme guy is lying through his teeth. I know, I'll show him some proof. Detective Atme, I have here proof that someone went through that door last night. There was a security camera set up at the scene of the crime. It should have automatically taken a photo of anyone that went through that door.
Precisely.
I hope you don't mind, but we've already gotten our hands on the camera data. As you can see, the camera went off exactly once last night.
But my monocle did not catch anyone in its flash. It must be some kind of computer malfunction.
It must be! Maybe it was your monocle that malfunctioned.
What? Are you saying that I did not do my duty properly?
I didn't realize he was a detective. Yep, just like Gumshoe. Just like him. Detective Atme, you must have seen the thief last night. The question is, why are you trying to hide it? If he's hiding it, there must be some reason. Some reason that he desperately wants to keep hidden. And I've got just a piece of evidence that should prove it. Okay, let's suppose you didn't manage to see Mask Star to Mask. In that case, the reason you didn't see it at the time was because you were unconscious. You got smacked in the head, didn't you? By the thing. I thought he was the guy who ran the museum. Is that what? Is that called a curator? Yeah, but that's Adrian Andrews, right? She hired him to stop the thing from getting stolen.
I'm afraid that making a guess is not enough. Time to put your money where your mouth is. Show me your evidence. Ha! Gumshoe is better, pal.
Well, he's a better character. I don't know if he's a better at detectiving. Detective at me. You were knocked unconscious by the thief, weren't you?
Ha ha ha! Surely you must be joking. You think that I, look at me, could be easily unconscious, be knocked unconscious so easily?
This sword proves it.
Thus.
I think he did it. I know, me too, because I don't remember, but he's so suspicious. Before the thief, this sword was in the hand of the statue of Amy Faye. Furthermore, at that time, it was not bent.
Yeah, ha.
There's only one explanation. You were struck on the head and knocked unconscious by this sword. Well, detective, how about it?
I'm impressed. You're truly a attorney, like the series claims to be.
Oh, that's the joke regarding his name. Yes, his name is Look at Me. He's doing it for the fame! Damask's MO.
I can't deny that there may be a small hint of truth in what you say.
So if you were knocked out? So were you knocked out when the thief first clobbered you?
Robert, what an ugly way of saying it, but I suppose you could put it that way. The killer struck at the precise moment I turned to look at the computer.
So you never... Why do I keep going to Phoenix? Phoenix? Okay.
So you never noticed that the thief had entered the warehouse?
No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Perhaps the air duct or the sewer pipes. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
Ouch! Mr. Atme should have his poor head examined.
You can say that again. How could he have underestimated the thief that badly? So he didn't see it because he got hit in the back of the head. And he's gonna claim that it was mask to mask anyway. And then in court I'm gonna have to present this and be like, you got hit in the back of the head. How did you see it if you got hit in the back of the head and were knocked out? Well, it looks like we got one thing cleared up anyway.
Huh? What? That Atme is the greatest ace detective in the world?
No, that he never actually saw the thief.
Oh, that's right. So the thief may not even be Mask the Mask.
Just one moment, Sir Royale. The thief was unquestionably Mask Star the Mask.
I guess because he sent that thing.
But you never actually saw him.
Perhaps so, but I installed a security camera just for such a contingency.
Oh,
That's right, the security camera should have taken a picture of him, but we haven't seen the picture yet.
Last night, the camera went off exactly once. Behold, this is the photo of the dastardly thief taken by the security camera.
That's him!
Mask Star the Mask.
Security camera photo added to the record. Photo of the story mentions taken on the camera, not of the crime.
The thief can be none other than my arch-criminal, the arch-criminal, Mask Star the Mask.
Yeah, it doesn't.
After all, he has a very good reason for committing such brazen crimes.
What are you talking about? Mask's reason. So, what did you mean by he had a very good reason?
Exactly that, Mr. Delight. Had a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his room. You need to go and investigate.
But how would you know that?
Have you forgotten? You are speaking to the finest ace detective ever to walk on the face of the earth. The most brilliant mind ever, since, well, ever, look at me.
Well, I guess we'd better go take a look just in case. I don't like you, look at me. You can go away now.
Hey, Nick, remember what Detective Etme said?
Exactly that. Oh, Mr. Delight had a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his room. I need to go and investigate.
I swear you just said that. Green envelope, huh? Looks like this is it.
Okay, let's take a look. You don't want your true identity revealed to the world? Come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. 50,000?
This is a blackmail letter. It sure looks like a major clue, alright. I think the song's called Happy People, and most name is called Happy People. What? More Happy People? Oh, okay. Written with a fountain pen, found in Ron's room. Uh-oh, I hope the dogs didn't hear that.
Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Won't take a second, I promise. Oh, thank you for coming. That's so nice of you.
When I see a damsel in distress, I just can't help myself. I have no idea who this is. Oh my goodness.
When I see a damsel in distress, I just can't help myself.
Please, come in. I'll make some coffee.
Really? Okay, I guess I'll make myself at home, pretty lady.
Wait a minute, I know that voice.
Oh, Nicky boy, I'm so sorry, but I got another guest.
They didn't, well.
You're... Nick, it's you! And Maya, too! What a fluke!
Oh, Very! Long time no see.
What? You know each other?
Nicky boy! Nick! Oh, do you and this girl, you have something going on.
Something? If you mean what I think.
I underestimated you, Nick. A gorgeous lady like this. And married, too? Way to go, dude!
I knew it. Just when things can't get any worse, it's time to cue in the butts. Larry Butts. Ever since grade school, he's been... not exactly a close friend, but yeah, we know each other. Nick, come on, that's mean.
Hey man, that wasn't nice. I was your very first client.
We got quite the storied history, he and I. And we used to... and what we used to say still rings true. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I like his theme song.
Hey, come now. You're embarrassing me. And in front of this pretty little thing here.
So you two are old childhood friends, I see. That's so sweet. You two go ahead and catch up on old times. I'm gonna go check on my bike.
Nice girl, that Desi. So how you been, Nick?
Too busy if you really want to know. I know. So what have you been up to this whole time? It's been 2 years since I heard from you. Jeez, that's a long time. And what's with those clothes? You look, well, weird.
Hey man, that's uncalled for. This is my uniform for my part-time job. I just can't believe it's been 2 years. They say time flies when you're having fun.
What's wrong?
Nick, I gotta tell you, women, I don't trust them anymore.
You got dumped again?
Well, Benifer, I followed her all the way to Japan 2 years ago.
Benifer, what?
That's where I met the famous Caddy Tom. My whole life changed.
What? Benifer, Caddy Tom? I never heard of either of them.
Anyway, dude, Caddy Tom chose Hollywood over me. Can you believe it?
Well, actually... Anyway, sounds like you had quite the adventure.
Women, they're so... Gah! Oh, but you're different, Maya. You're not like the rest.
Looks like he's still the same old Larry. Oh my Benifer. So what are you doing here anyway?
What do you mean by that? I'm just a natural-born nice guy, that's all. Well, actually, I picked this up last night while I was working.
A wallet? You say you found this last night?
Yeah, I had a driver's license in it, so I figured I'd just return it myself.
Like Tomcat? Maybe. I don't know if they were going for anything there. It's just Benifer. Found by Larry in his part-time security jobs company building. Night of the crime. Hang on, let me see that for a minute. He knew it. Busy's pictures in here.
Yeah, I guess he really digs his wife, huh? Hey, Nick, it's not what you're thinking at all.
No, I'm pretty sure it is. You haven't changed a bit.
Ah, no way, man. I mean, she's a married woman. That's just bad news.
He really is here just to check out Miss Delight. Mrs. I don't know why I said Miss.
So you said you found it at your job, right? Yeah, I'm working for a private security company as a guard. Chicks just love a guy in a uniform, you know?
A security guard, huh? So that's what that uniform's all about. His name is Butts. He's Larry McButts. Alright, so what was the time? So what time was it when you found this last night?
Why are you asking me that? Trying to see if I got an alibi?
You're not the one on the hook for a crime this time, buddy.
I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building.
What was Mr. Delight's wallet doing there?
Anyway, there's nothing weird about that. After all, he works there. He works... He works there. You mean Mr. Delight? Sure, here, take a look at this. It's right here in his wallet. What's this card? It's a key card for the security company. See, it's got a serial number on it right there. There's no mistake about it.
You said you're working part-time at a security company, right?
That's right. Why are you making that scary face?
Security company, huh? Something's not quite secure about Larry working there. I need to find out as much as I can about this key card. Key card out of the court record. It's the Butts. So you're sure about this key card?
Yep, that's the key card we use at the building I work in. According to the serial number, this one's for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. It leaves a record? Yeah, tells you exactly who entered in the room and when.
Larry, I need that data.
Whoa, slow down, man. Sorry, but that data is off limits to outsiders. If I lost this job, I'd never have a chance with Desi.
It's times like these when I wish lawyers weren't so powerless. Dang it, Larry. Maybe Larry is somehow a diversion for the company because he's incompetent. I actually don't think he has a whole lot to do with this case, if I remember, but I don't know. Hey Larry, what about this?
What? If you got something to say, then say it already. A blackmail letter!
Do you know anything about this?
What? I don't know anything about that, Alexis!
Wait.
I don't know anything about Alexis, and that's the truth!
Huh? What?
I can't believe you do this to me! I thought you were my friend! $50,000! I don't have that kind of money!
No, you don't understand. This blackmail letter was sent to Ron Delight.
Woo! Man, you scared me. I almost had a heart attack, you idiot.
Wait, I'm the idiot.
Man, I was totally confused because it says KB Security right on the envelope. Yeah, so what? That's where I've got a part-time job at KB Security. What?
Sounds like I should really find out more about this KB Security company. I know there's an Easter egg. KB Security, the company that in the blackmail letter? You know about it?
That's where I work, yeah. In fact, I'm on the job right now.
There's part of Larry's song that randomly goes super fast, like it doesn't even fit, and I'm like, it feels like the song had a heart attack or something. Oh, you're talking about when it's like or something like that.
Huh? So what are you doing here then? Well, the boss is away right now, and you know what mice do when the cats are away.
Oh, you'll see. Yeah, yes. Anyway, how far away is this company?
Let me see, about 30 minutes by car, I guess. Well, if you fly down the road anyway.
Oh yeah, K&B. Well, this apartment building is pretty close to Lordly Taylor, right?
And it would take roughly an hour to get from here to KB Security and back.
If Rhonda Light was at KB Security when the robbery occurred, then...
Whoa! And he couldn't have stolen the sacred urn. Hey, Nick! Your phone!
Hello, is this the right residence?
Ah, Pearls, where are you?
I thought I'd go to Lordly Taylor and try to find some more clues, but I'm afraid I've gotten lost.
What? Give me the phone, Nick. Pearly, where are you right now?
I was walking along, and I found myself in front of that person's office.
That person? Who?
That person who doesn't act his age and always says "Zvari" when he's excited.
Look at me, ace detective. I wonder where the symbol on the balloon was planted by the detective. Child, you're a child. She's like making fun of Look at Me, which is great. They shouldn't have let her out by herself. It's Japan, she's fine. Okay, stay right there. We're coming to get you.
Alright. I'm a little scared. He does that thing with the eyeglass.
Alright, let's go, Maya.
Wait a second, Nick.
What?
That phone call just now sounded like a real cutie. Another one of your special friends.
Say goodbye to Mr. Light for me, would you, Larry? Don't you talk to me, Larry.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya.
I like, you know what's funny? Other than Larry being a creeper,
But Pearl sounds like this, and this is the voice that Larry heard.
in my head it is anyway.
Pearly!
I never thought I'd see you two again. Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick.
So is Mr. Ace Detective out of the office?
Yes, when I arrived here, there wasn't a single soul in sight.
Say, Nick, doesn't it look like something's changing here since we were here last?
Now that you mention it, there's a bag on the table.
This bag, it sure wasn't here before.
It looks quite full. I wonder what could be in here.
Hey, Nick, come on, let's open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation.
That's true, and truth be told, I have to admit I am kind of curious.
Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there.
He's here.
There wasn't a single South Korean in sight. Seoul. Oh, okay.
What are you doing, Sir Lawyer? I'm shocked to see a servant of the court ignoring the law so flagrantly.
I'm really sorry. Maya made me do it.
Nick, I can't believe you.
The gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his own poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time lollygagging around here?
What do you mean by that? Oh, for goodness sakes.
Perhaps I shall make myself more clear. Tomorrow's trial, Zvari, shall we say the figurative Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunchtime.
The heck are you smoking?
Well, Nick, he sounds like it's gonna be really exciting.
I didn't read it like that at all, but my gosh, you did, I guess. Tomorrow's trial. What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow that's so dramatic?
You know what's your biggest mistake is so far, Mr. Loyal? It was becoming a loyal in the first place.
That certainly does sound like a big mistake, Mr. Nick.
Tomorrow will be the day I remember. Look at me, will take the stand. And then Zvari, my testimony will prove to be the undoing of the lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the thieves, co-conspirators.
Co-conspirators.
You're quick on the defensive, I see. However, it is not I who is your greatest enemy. There is a far more dangerous threat that you will face during the trial.
Probably like Larry.
What are you talking about?
Sir Loyal, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him.
Oh, he's talking about Godot.
His name is Godot. His name is Godot.
Because he's French. Godot?
You have taken a step down from the path of foolishness. To try and defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than the death penalty.
Hey, last time I checked, no one knows for sure if Mr. Delight really is the mask.
My dear lady. Times may change, but people sadly do not. Well, you will understand this when you are more mature.
Zvari is just his random catchphrase.
Who is this Godot person?
It is not surprising that a spirit medium has not heard the name. Godot. The prosecutor whose equal cannot be found in this country, but in heaven. Godot, a legend or myth. Men pin a lifetime of hope on the chance to simply meet him.
His name is Diego, so isn't he Hispanic, not French?
Prosecutor Godot.
But the best prosecutor in the country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't that right, Nick?
It's no surprise that a spirit medium that such as yourself would know nothing of this, but Ace Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth is currently traveling abroad.
Huh?
In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as the best in the country. Heaven.
Isn't he Hispanic, not French? You're not supposed to know that, first of all, and second of all, yes, but that's not the point. I don't think Godot is really supposed to mean anything, but yeah.
And you agree with that?
Most certainly. In fact, you can call him the look at me of the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's good to hear. The prosecution has a fighting chance tomorrow.
Mr. Nick, isn't this Godot really that strong?
I seem to remember hearing about someone like that.
Not surprising, some people spend their entire lives idly waiting for his appearance.
It looks like we're done investigating for the day.
Sir Loyal, the stage has been set, and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin.
A new prosecutor, an ace detective, and a thief. This'll be one tough trial. This first case with Godot is like, meh. It's not a great show of Godot. He's kind of just like, I'm mysterious. You're not going to learn much about me in this case. Because I'm mysterious. I like coffee.
Hey, Nick.
What is it? Is something wrong?
No, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Were you hiding under the bed like a little kitty? Well, hi, Scooter. What's up? Listening to the voice acting? Silly head.
Oh, so check out the mask glossy I brought.
Reminds me of the ejection funk where he throws his coffee at Phoenix, I think he meant. Because he does do that. Like once or something. You bought this where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale.
You know I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
I haven't heard any fireworks for a little bit, so she... Are you rubbing your face on my chair?
That's Squeaker Tin. Oh, Squeak. You are so squeaky. You need some grease, little Squeaker Tin? Scratch you.
Okay.
Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me.
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it.
Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you.
Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. I forgot exactly what his voice was, but I think it's like this. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. Because I'm in an Ace Attorney game. I have to say that I did it. He said it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it.
But you don't have the sacred urn, right?
Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime.
Normally when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes.
Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure to give me a guilty verdict, please.
Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie.
Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this.
Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you.
Well, you see, actually, the thief isn't me.
Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. He is declared guilty. I'll be ever so cross with you.
So why are you smiling when I say it?
Well, if you excuse me, I've got some errands that I need to take care of. Counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck.
To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is masked to mask or not. I'm sorry your head hurts. But I'm sure there's one thing that I am sure of. I don't know why I said I'm sure twice. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now.
Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom.
For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree.
What is it, Softington? Did you want to leave the room? On a yoga mat? Little weirdo. You little weirdo.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
I don't know why. He's like mean for some reason. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Alright. I gotta see what Scoot wants.
Come on, Scoot. Come on, Scoot. What do you want? Go, Scoot.
Okay.
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to?
What a stupid question. No, wait. I don't actually know this guy's voice. What a stupid question. No, that's wrong. Stupid question.
What did you say?
Fine. Let me ask you then. Miss. Okay. I'm like figuring it out as I go along. Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? Russian? Nah, I don't know about that. I also don't know how to do a Russian accent.
What if I made him sound like Maya? Only if Maya's voice was like much lower, and then he sounded like this, and he said,
Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? Are you ready to pass judgment? Are you ready to pass judgment?
What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear both arguments from both sides.
Make him sound like Edna? No. No. If you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by.
Who are you?
I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I never lost a case.
Ah! He's the one that Detective Attorney was talking about.
I love his song, by the way. It's the best.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
None.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never, but you said you've never lost one before.
Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won one before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as a mere sapling.
Yes, but a mask in a court of law.
Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts.
This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick.
Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Tright.
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite.
Just who is this masked man?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
Well then, Prosecutor Gobo.
It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Honor. Gotta pronounce that H, I don't know.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement. Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite.
What is it?
Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder, how much can you withstand before you and your case break in two?
Well then, let's hear from the first witness.
My name is...
No one has asked you for your name, witness.
Oh.
The important thing is what you know. That is all.
Wait, didn't he say he has never lost a case, but this is the first one? Yeah, that's what he said. Like, I've never lost a case. And they're like, how many cases have you done? And he's like, none. This is my first one. He's like, I've never lost one, and I've never won one.
The important thing
The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We are listening. Yes, so. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn.
Yes, sir. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends a calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after his pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask, so it fits his MO to a T.
Wait, he was a lawyer before, though, unless he's talking about a prosecutor. Was he a defense attorney as Diego? I mean, you're not supposed to know this stuff. Yeah, he was a defense attorney. But he went by a different name then, so he's not saying that he's not saying he's Diego.
So the actual identity of this Master Mask is Mr. Godot. What are you? We're in the middle of trial here, Mr. Godot.
Blacker than a darker.
Wow. His like famous quote, and I'm screwing it up.
Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well. It's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do?
As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Oops, I didn't read it. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yup, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zvari, author on thieves.
An author? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority.
The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Guess I can press harder? I don't know. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal, except for maybe the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there somebody who knows even more about him than the police?
You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you?
Who is this person? Zvari. He sounds German.
His name is Look at Me, so I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole.
Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be.
Oh, it looks like the thief is toying with me even now. Even now.
Yeah. So confident that he sends a calling card before he even commits the crime. Have you seen all these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have. Except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
It's because Detective Atomy stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic?
Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public.
But you're absolutely certain that this card is real?
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about the Master Mask emblem. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His 5th heist, and your 5th screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times, but this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe.
I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away, got me?
Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
His pattern is to always go after the most precious pieces of art. Art pieces? Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was a famous tear of Emanon.
What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop?
No, sir, it's a blue diamond, a single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongola, you know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Magina show. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum.
And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces?
Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type.
Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. That's why we're sure it was Mask to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself.
Oh, I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% sure it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions...
That's right, it means that Mask to Mask is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask the Mask who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mask to Mask.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself.
So, even though we know it was Mask the Mask that did it...
Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask to Mask that did it. Probably a hint. So I think because they're saying he's going over the most precious art pieces, and then they said that the urn was worth 0, that you just present the urn. Yeah, present the urn. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing the widow in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I mean from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers and I spoke to it. The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense.
So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask to Mask would normally go after.
Oh.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the thief of the Sacred Urn was not the work of Mask to Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here is my own special blend. I call it Godot 107. I am trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite.
What?
If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess.
Sorry, but I don't get what you mean.
If you're saying it wasn't Mask the Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask the Mask's methods. A fake.
A fake Damask?
Fake Star Damask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
Now, before I decide my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake.
Though I don't approve of Mr. Grodot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake Damask. Fake Damask. Mask. Godot, age, question mark, question mark. Prosecutor shrouded in mystery. He seems to know me somehow. Larry Butts, age 25. That's all I gotta say about Mr. Butts. I don't want to be. I want to go to evidence. There we go. Nope. Nope. Well, the person in the picture is not wearing gloves. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go through the guide, but it says this. The proof is right here.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it.
Ah. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just exactly what about this picture is so peculiar.
This is weird because they don't let you look at the other evidence, so you're stuck. It's right here, of course.
You mean Mask Damask?
I have here a piece of reference. I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
Oh yeah, he has a giant neck thing. The problem I have with the security photo is the brooch. Wait. I thought it was spelled with 2 O's. Am I wrong? Brooch on Mask Damask chest.
A breach. Here. Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
What? A brooch, Your Honor. It's sort of a clasp for holding one's cape on. Wait, is it pronounced brooch? No, wait. I thought I had 2 O. Wait, I'm confused. That's brooch. Wait, what?
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now.
But the Mask Damask in the security photo. Ah, he has no brooch.
That brooch, is that, for goodness sakes, something's bugging me about this.
Brooch.
But it's spelled with 2 O's. Sometimes confused with the word brooch, which is spelled with an A. Which means a raise? Or a cask to draw liquor, or a fish or sea mammal. Brooch can also mean the ship with wind on the quarter. Veer and pitch forward because of the bad steering or sea hitting the causing it to present a side to the wind and sea, lose steerage and possibly suffer serious damage. That's how you use it as a verb. As a noun, it can mean a sudden hazardous veering or pitching of a ship. They're using the wrong brooch, that's why. According to the internet. That's why it looks so weird to me. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Master Mask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again!
Order, it's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I...
Hey now, if you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha, the brooch you are talking about. You are talking about... Could you mean this?
Ah!
That's Master Mask's brooch.
Where did you find it? Well, I always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue.
Buddha statue? He must be an Amy Faye statue.
Why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy is one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rondi Light's fingerprints.
What?
What? The defendant's fingerprints are on this brooch. Order in the court. It's early enough, but I should get the food order started. It takes forever around here. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth on the back, left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene.
Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Call himself Phoenix this time, because Mia's not there to call him Phoenix. Found it in the shadow of Amy Faye statue. Looks like it's torn off some clothing.
Ah, you mess with Godot. You mess with Godot. And you get burned.
Grr, he's been playing with me like a violin.
Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance. Huh?
One second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Silence! He, ho ho ho. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Svari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right. Ah, not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, sir prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Look at Me, ace detective and rising star, illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I heard that on the night of the crime. You were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe is worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
I'll be glad once this guy's gone. I don't like him. What I witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask Star the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. I awoke. He was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. My other eye cannot see anything though. Kind of a bad trade-off. I should get 2 monocles, haha! However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Mask Star the Mask, my arch enemy. That is why my instincts and my years of experience, that is what my instincts and years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
He just like rambled for like 3 minutes for no reason. Okay. I'm going to save because I like saving. So why not save more often? And then keep playing. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning just after the date changed. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct?
That's an impressive deduction, Sir Royale.
You were on security to do that last night. Where exactly were you at the time?
A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer.
Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up until this point, I had tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief.
It looks like the thief was the only one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is. Pigeony? What? Oh, because he has a weird hair thing? This guy Quagmire? So many sexual innuendos. And if you're looking for him, maybe? I don't know. I'm not really getting... I mean, he's used the word penetrate, but like... That's like a word... I don't know. Anyway.
In any case... Ha ha ha, giggity, ha ha ha.
I'll try to add a giggity in there if he makes some innuendo and I catch it. That's my nemesis, the infinite mask dancingly descended upon me. Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow, while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. Can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby W ace stunts. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That is all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera at the ready.
What's your second monocle?
I captured his image perfectly.
These should be sufficient, I believe?
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, are you gonna say anything? Like, seriously, you've just been standing there quietly. Do you have a problem with this photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
I like how he just doesn't say anything, and I just made up a... Because Godot's not even really saying anything, he's just letting the trial happen. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was good! Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work.
Well, Sir Royer, have you ever been suddenly struck upon the head?
Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. I guess, I mean, I don't know how he knew that, because he definitely didn't know that he got hit by a fire extinguisher. But yes, he's referencing the first case of the second game.
And what's happened?
I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory too.
You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you?
I was asleep on a couch!
The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with.
You may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then...
I was still able to conduct a trial after that, without even knowing people's names. Okay, 30 minutes later I used an emergency phone to notify the police. About this 30 minutes.
My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
Just what is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell us such an obvious lie? So he says, Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. I think that's the right one, right? Because he's saying, darkness swallowed me. And this says, it was torn off the clothing, so. How did it get torn off the clothing if he didn't fight back? Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours?
This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask Star the Mask.
It is, in a point of fact, Mask Star the Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened.
Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough.
Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off.
Aha!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night, you, Detective Atme!
Oh, snap.
Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. Although, nah, we kind of don't care about it too much in my court.
No, just wait a moment, Sir Old-Timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately.
The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That is what I always say.
Nick, you can handle only one case at a time, isn't that right?
You talk too much.
Witness. So are you saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me. Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed, I understand. Look at me! Agree completely. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it is true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me! Cannot be easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed the weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A real gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His fist blow struck true, bam, and that's all she wrote.
What? That's obviously a lie. He's the Shijisto thing.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask Star to Mask.
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
What?
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself will always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true. I looked away for the door for a brief moment. I like how this music is like ramped up in like the next part of the testimony or whatever. Like things are getting more serious or something. Indeed, it's true. I looked away from the door for a brief moment. So why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I went to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly, of course.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask for some more questions? What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up a heat detecting infrared ultraviolet sensor to each of them.
That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours?
Broadway Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera they took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh?
Ho 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 ho. Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer?
Not really. However, look at me cannot be easily discombobulated. What does that mean? Discombobulated.
Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, the music ramped up a little bit. We're still talking to Look at Me about his fight with Mask Star to Mask guy or whatever.
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
Fortunately, the thief grabbed the weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, the thief Had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabs the sword from the statue that was standing by the door of the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? The the 8-branch sword?
Correct.
7-branch sword, sorry.
Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the though.
So the thief armed himself with the sword. And what about yourself, witness?
A true gentleman fights only with his fists, but they were not enough. You heard that? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
But of course, in college I was second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask.
This guy is a real piece of work. His first blow struck true, bam, and that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Powericious?
I assume the at me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That of course was a checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask him more about this? At me fighting style? What is this at me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I cannot say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
It was a waste of time. That's important. Of course it's important. We've learned the detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. He said his third eye was the camera. What are you smoking, dude? Shin show. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun is this, cher lawyer? It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
Maybe he meant it landed on the security camera? Yeah, he was like, because earlier he was like, my third monocle, the security camera. And then he's like, landed a blow on my third eye. Bruh, I can't understand you just like Maya can't. That's all I'm saying. I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. What are we talking about? I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
Ah, it seems I have made another mistake.
Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's so wrong.
Objection!
Air is human.
To forget is divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes.
Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that.
Really? Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That is one of my rules.
This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Atme is masked a mask. Wait. Is that right? I don't know. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually masked a mask.
Yeah!
Godot didn't.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts of Mr. Atme's story. Did they all say the same thing? He says he was hiding at this crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data, made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at the...
It wasn't a fake. That he wasn't a detective and that he was a fake. They all lead to the same answer. Oh, did it? I had missed that. That's funny. Oh, please, the explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, masked star to mask.
Good! But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows mask star to mask.
But he's not the star without the brooch, Your Honor. I'm just kidding.
This security camera belongs to the Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? Uh-huh. Mask the masks. Emma is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, sir lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it.
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. I know he's like, Oh, I missed the dialogue, dang it. Oh, he threw coffee at him.
Godot Blend 102, my personal favorite.
Mr. Godot.
The ace detective is actually the ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There is only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Tright. This detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee, dripping down your face.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see the decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick?
Atme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact masked star to mask has yet to be found. I know, it just like goes away. Proof? Of course, I've got nothing.
Ah, just what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad it gets, after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But, are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further than... Who? Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy. The thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well?
That's...
The secret urn! Nick, it's the secret urn!
Order, you, madam. That urn, where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me.
Oh, Desi. Oh, Desi, you're the best.
Sacred urn updated in the court record. Got a lot of pink splotches on it. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Ah, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yes, what about it?
Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you have discovered that stolen urn anywhere.
You could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere.
Including the office of the good detective here.
That's true. If she's the wife of the thief, and then the thief had it, then she could be like, look, we found it in that guy's office.
So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light, please, Nicky boy, you gotta help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I gotta prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency.
The fingerprints on the urn?
I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
I'm surprised Godot doesn't have like 5 heart attacks by now with the amount of caffeine he has ingested. He has digested. Well, you know, he's already a dead man, so it doesn't really matter.
Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on?
I like how he wears the exact same gloves that Mask to Mask wears.
Good. Now it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see.
Surprised he isn't proving all the...
Unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now?
I come too far to turn that back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Yeah, I have, I just don't like it.
So, what is all the fuss about fingerprints anyway?
Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open this private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is important for the investigation. Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside.
Oh, what? You touched it? Giggity.
And if I remember, and I remember it very well, it was smooth and hard.
Giggity. Haha. Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn is in Detective Atme's office.
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibit, said.
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
Giggity, haha.
If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency.
Ah, this blend, Godot Blend 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all.
Yeah, Godot has a crazy deep voice.
Order, order, order! At least we have coffee, but still, where's my food? I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait a moment, Your Honor. There is no need for this.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Rat's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down.
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one for myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am one and the only Mask is the Mask. Ha ha ha, hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Ha ha, giggity.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atme's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
I did it, I swear, or whatever he says.
You're wrong, I tell you. Not exactly wrong so much, but actually not as much right as what I was trying to say.
Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening.
The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me, I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry up and pass, Judge.
What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ah, hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir.
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
You are masked star to mask, then prove it. That's what it means.
It's like an old noir music. I love it. It's like sweet, smooth jazz, but like good jazz, which is rare, I feel like.
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to. He says he'd be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy.
Good boy. Now, just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. I won't fail, I swear.
Okay then, talk. We are all listening. Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Okay. It's almost midnight, so I'll probably be done after his session. Mask to mask identity.
Truth is, I've been masked star to mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually masked star to mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn night the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo, that's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I didn't turn to pick it up.
I don't like the direction this trial has taken.
But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway.
Ha! You're doing great.
Hee hee. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me.
Shut up, Ron.
Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, all right? Yeah, but if you make it through with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison, and as the one and only true masked star to mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
Mask star to mask identity. The truth is, I've been masked star to mask all along. You may think you're the real masked star to mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons.
With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. Press harder? So why are you withholding the truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she believed me anyway. And second, there's this one thing that Desi absolutely detests. It's criminals, except when she speeds, that's fine.
If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. She's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-holic.
So you have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. You're not a clown, you're the entire circus. I knew you were gonna say that, yeah. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually masked star to mask, can you? I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real masked star to mask and not just some obsessed fanboy?
Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change?
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime? You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be masked to mask.
Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn.
Anyway,
I don't have an alibi for the night that the thing was stolen or whatever. Yeah, you do, you big dumb. I'm done talking to you because I don't like you. So take... Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? I like how his hair curls outward like a spring when he cries. Yeah, it's like... Yes it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. It was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at the KB security headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves he has a watertight alibi. Watertight? Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there. He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO office.
No.
Ha! That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you have overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Grrr, this stupid kid.
Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to the KB security office at 1 a.m. that night.
Because he works there, and also because he's getting blackmailed. Oh, you could have done this in any order and shown this first, apparently? Oh, you could have shown the key card, and then you could have shown then the blackmail letter, or you could present the blackmail letter and then Ron's wallet, or the key card. I like how they do that in this game. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail?
Yes, basically it says bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right.
Is he being blackmailed to say he's the bad guy? They're like, yeah, because they're like, we'll show your identity as the guy or whatever. You'll bring 50,000. It's the only case where there's no murder. Someone's probably dead. I don't remember. Someone's probably dead. Hey, we never got to the Easter egg. Well, next time we will.
That certainly sounds like blackmail. All right.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. And KB Security's CEO office with a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Okay.
Oh, no.
It's an old bag Easter egg for some reason.
Order!
Remember how old bag is a security guard? And Larry Butts is a security guard. And Rhonda Light's a security guard. Just the Easter egg we all wanted. Old bag Easter egg. She's not in this game, I believe.
So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
May see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot Blend 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say that the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not. The Easter egg is that they're security guards? I don't get it. No, they're all security guards. So you go to the security office and there's an old bag reference there because she works there.
Using a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what to think of that.
Not sure what to think of that. At least I know more to think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy.
Please get clip-in earrings. Maybe. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
There's someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly. But just looking at this picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh.
The question at hand is this key card.
Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work at. According to the serial number, this one's for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use the card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when.
As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth by analyzing this keycard's data.
I
don't know.
Well, Mr. Godot.
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records for their use. According to the data, this card was used at 1 a.m. in the morning of the crime.
Yep, used at 1 a.m. This keycard is updated in the court record.
But that means it can't be Mr. Light dressed as Mask Star Damask in this photo.
Looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
So then,
Randy Light is clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it is impossible for the defendant to be Mask Damask.
Good job, you did it, Nick.
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of this innocent young man.
he said that earlier too.
Besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Rondelite, not guilty. The confetti has come down, no takebacks. Court is now adjourned. Food time. My order is here.
October 13th, 224, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy,
Oh, Mr. Light!
I knew you could do it. I believe you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick.
Oh, pearls! I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ow! She slapped me.
Pearly. This woman is Mr. Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife.
Mr. Nick,
Yes?
you're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client.
No, you got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
Ow! A double slap. She's a Pokemon.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught.
You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky boy here.
But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh please, you're embarrassing me.
If we won the case, then why does this guy look so glum? So, once we get back to the law office, I'll probably end the stream and go to bed. Because it's a little after midnight. But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now?
What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie.
I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo?
Mr. Godot, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Oh yeah, his smirk looks so crazy. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy.
Well, playtime is over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Oh, this case is far from over.
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security?
Wait, but body?
Yep, there's the burner.
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on the October 12th.
1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean...
That's right, amigo. The same time as the cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. Kinda funny you can sneak into a security office. You know, considering it's a security office.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on now. Figured it out already? Or haven't you, amigo? Or you already forgotten? That piece of info I helped you out with today.
Helped me out? What?
On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbrued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security? We already knew that.
It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. It's kind of an anti-alibi.
No way.
Can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. Can't be true.
Oh no, but I am the thief, I tell you.
Ron Delight, you are going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? That's impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
No, this is just foreshadowing for like case number 4 and 5-ish.
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least, let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy? Who the heck is he? Who is this masked man? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Probably aside from Edgeworth. And maybe Francisca. He's definitely more dangerous than Payne. Anyway.
So then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
Is Diego dead? Well, there certainly ain't no Diego, but there is a Godot. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ah, Ronnie. Not my Ronnie. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck is going to happen next? Time on Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Alright, it said this game was long. He basically like comes back later and just renames himself. Because he doesn't want to be like, because he doesn't identify as Diego. Comes back with a mask and has a different name. So then Phoenix is like, who is that masked man? So no, Godot's not dead. Diego is dead, kind of? Question mark? Anyway, that is it for tonight. No, he's not blind. I think he needs it to see, but he's not blind when he wears it. Or something like that. He's like Jordy. Okay. I'm going to end stream. I think we are about halfway through this trial. I remember the next one's funny, but also frustrating. A nice little... Hey, welcome. Fun streaming. But I can do it again on like Friday or Saturday or something. Alright, good night. Bye-bye.